Buonasera, ci siamo ancora a Torino. We're at the market, we say fly, let's make sure that's correct. Lima India Mike Juliet, yep. Good. Battery coming on, alternators and avionics, fuel pump. Gonna run this for a little bit. Mixture and props are full rich. Throttle now comes to half an inch cracked. All the lights are coming on. Landing lights and taxi lights are off. Strobe is on. Magnetos to both. There we go. Parking brakes not set. Brake set now. I'm just gonna add some.
Transporter from dispatch. Trading fly today. Purchased goods are coming for loading.
170 for the pilot.
Transporter loading goods.
And that is it. Okay, taxi lights coming on to tell the guys we're ready to roll. Heater heat is coming on later. Cumple apps are open.
Transporter from dispatch. All goods are loaded. Let's go to the next market.
122.8 Unicom. Boom. Switch to both COM2, receiving and sending. Yeah, that seems to work. Good. Back to Unicom. Okay, we're ready. Parking brake is released. Gonna mow down this nice lady here. And since the winds are variable, we're going to be able to take off to the south. Weather is really quite nice. You can see a whole bunch of fresh snow here. Of the Mont Blanc general area there. Might even be that we can see the Mont Blanc from here. Straight ahead are the Swiss Alps. Yeah, so this is a VFR departure. There are specific routes that one has to take to leave the control zone. Now we don't really have to bother with this without a controller online. But it is the right thing to do to try and simulate that kind of stuff. Perfect weather for flying. Landing lights are on. Taxi lights are coming off. As per usual, not much traffic around us. The announcements are superfluous. Runway 18 is what we're after. Okay, flap set. Pitot heat's coming on. Not that one needed. And we're gonna take this one on the roll. Takeoff power is set and achieved. Airspeed is alive. There's 70. I'm gonna rotate at 75 today. Push the brakes.
Transporter from dispatch. If you have fragile or perishable goods, watch your flight.
Building that airspeed and flaps up. And pitching for VY. Because why not? Gorgeous area. Okay, so here's our right turn to follow one of the departure routes. They don't let you fly over the city for obvious reasons. So we're heading west for a bit and then down south until we reach the control zone. We're gonna level out here at 2,500 feet to remain clear of any airspaces above us. Would be much more interesting with a little bit more traffic, quite frankly. But yeah, not every area on VATSIM is equally frequented. If we make our way down to Spain, over here to Milano, we might actually get into quite busy airspaces. There's time to do all this stuff. In the meantime, we'll enjoy our VFR escapades in the Bonanza. The bigger the plane gets that we're gonna get, the less frequent these VFR flights will be. Alright, so we are coming to the edge of the airspace. We can climb up to our cruise altitude. Gives us a nice look at the Italian/French Alps here on the right. Torino there at the foot of the hill. Much smaller municipal airport right above our wing here. That one's even a bit short for the Bonanza. Okay, 1,000 to go. And we're already hauling ass because we have a bit of a tailwind. That's much appreciated. So once we've flown around this whole area, we can turn back east and find our Autostrada numero 6. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Okay, maybe time for the autopilot. 5,500. And reset our heading bar. Arm heading mode and I guess VS. Maybe not required. Altitude holds. Good enough. Because we have reached 5,500 at this very moment, and we're turning to roughly What is that? 150 heading. Eccola qua, Autostrada. Right, so one last thing before we go away for a bit, or rather before you go away a bit and rejoin us later. Got the engine lean page, which is kind of new. Haven't had a chance to introduce that yet. Pretty much helps you to find the optimum power setting for the engine. Looks like we might already be close. So you want to be a little bit rich of peak. Peak meaning the EGT, so that's the temperature directly from the cylinders, is hottest when the engine burns most efficient, which means that all the fuel basically gets vaporized and burned up, and that generates the highest temperatures, but it's not good for the cylinders. So usually what you would do is lean it slightly richer from peak. So you find your peak, highest temperature, that's the delta peak here, and then reduce from there. So still going up 50 degrees and going back down. So now you basically lean it back down to, you know, between 20-30 degrees cooler. And the reason why it's cooler is obviously some of the liquid does not get burned up, and that has a cooling effect on the engine parts. There you go. So there's nice assistant here. You can reset it. Then the delta peak is 0. If you then try to lean, you're either gonna have a positive or a negative change. So right now it's negative. Nice little visual aid with the blue lines there. So we're pretty much at the optimum peak efficiency. I'm gonna just reduce that slightly. Bit of airport info for Genoa Sestri. So expecting runway 28 with the prevailing winds. We got almost 10,000 feet of runway, so that's probably going to be a low flaps landing. Even then, we're likely to make echo and go straight over here to the Aero Club. Not much else we need to know. I guess there might be a visual approach. No, not even. A huge amount of arrival routes here. An enormous amount. That's for runway 10. It's for runway 28. So pick one. Most of them are sending you directly over the sea here. to shoot an approach. Some of them take you over the VFR, all the ones here, and others have a nice DME arc, like here. So gonna have to fly into Genoa IFR at some point, but as it stands, we are coming from the left here, just hugging the coast, and then fly the pattern. Okay. Turning left here. Following this valley to the other side. Breaking on through to the other side. I can see the ocean already. Il mare. Over here. Told you it was fast. And it's largely faster than IFR because you don't have to deal with the departure procedures. You can just basically shoot a straight in approach without having to deal with a 40 miles detour like most of these arrival routes are. Weather still holding up nicely too, so no worries there. Ceiling as it looks probably somewhere at 8,000–9,000 feet. And it doesn't look like this is going to get much worse either. Right, here's the sectional chart. We are currently somewhere around here. And we're gonna emerge. Somewhere here, Savona. Which looks like it's some sort of a reporting point already. And just hugging the coast. Coming in through the harbor here. Big loading bay, container shipping place, and doesn't say much about the actual pattern here. Weather. The weather radar. So there's a bit of a cell here over at on the east side of Italy, but nothing much here. And if we look at the progression of that over time, then most of it gets stuck here, dissolves, so we should be okay. Come and do the 1 hour. Do something. There you go. So this stuff is moving west, but doesn't affect us too much. For some reason this looks like wild boar country. Right, so there it is, the Gulf of Genoa. And we can see the uniqueness of the terrain here. Terrain rises up initially and then just drops down into the Gulf, so that's very pretty. Look back towards the Alps. And we made very good time here. Funny enough, there's actually some people flying to Genoa at the very moment, but one guy is still in Zurich, as it seems. Only just planning the departure. So we're not going to have anyone bother us at the moment. And we can see Genoa in the distance already, so we're just overflying Savona. Which means we can also start planning our descent. Again, you want to try and fit underneath the shelf for the Genoa airport. Reduce the power just a tad, give it a chance to slow down here, and then kick in VS mode at a very docile 500 feet per minute. And we're switching to the opposite tank. This appears to be Savona. Now we're gonna fly this manually now, have a little fun. You guys love wind power. This is pretty. The Alps in the background, the hills and the ocean. Pretty much all in one picture. Look at the highway here. So there's so many bridges through these hills. It's pretty adventurous to drive through this region. I did it once, almost 20 years ago. Had some seafood in one of these towns down here. I don't remember which one. Might have been Savona. But actually not the best of experiences. A little bit of an open air toilet kind of vibe. Take a little bit more speed out, so props are going full forward now, and the mixture is going to full rich for the approach. And there we go. What else do we need? Not much. Last check on ATC and METAR. So we're here, we're going there. Refresh the METAR. Yes, yes, yes. Ceiling and visibility okay. 0-200 at 5 knots. Wind changed. QNH 1015. Now that's interesting. We can do that. And the wind now from pretty much the north. Well, we're gonna do what the pattern tells us to do. Airport's on the right. And the harbor. Commercial shipping yard right below us here. The actual city is a little bit up the road. And if I understand the VFR charts correctly, then we can pretty much shoot for the city here. Have a little bit of a look-see. Look at all this. Everything's a bridge. very hilly. Okay, we're flying directly into the approach. Pretty sure the VFR pattern is over the water. Why would it be over the city? E pazzo. But because we can, we will fly straight across this thing. So we're on a right downwind. We're gonna extend our bays quite a bit here so we can have a good look at what's going on down here. Shipyards. Obviously this is one of the biggest ports in the region. Huge commercial hub, fishing hub as well. Then here's the city with its very narrow streets right at the waterfront, the old town. Super narrow stuff, very dark, full of merchants usually. I've only been once. Ecco. 1500 feet still at traffic pattern altitude. Now getting a nice look over the city. Right. Right, gear is coming down. That will slow us up. Right, below 120. Flaps 1 notch. We're gonna keep it at 1 notch. slightly too high, according to Mr. Pappy. Alright, it's taking out all sorts of power now to try and bleed off the speed. Approach speed 185 to 190. Depends a little bit on the wind. Currently we seem to have a crosswind from the right. At 5 knots, not really noticeable at the moment even. There we go, 2 white, 2 red. Gear is down, 3 green, no red. Flaps are set, landing lights are on. Landing checklist is complete, we're good to go. Speed is 80, slightly too slow. And a gentle flare. Hold it off, hold it off.
Transporter
Nice.
from dispatch. Go to the parking to unload goods.
And I guess we're missing echo. If that is echo. We'll take the next one. Save some brakes and some rubber. Flaps coming up. Cowl flaps are closed. Manual braking way too fast. What the hell? Not good. Very amateurish. Taxi lights on, landing lights off. Eccolo qua, ci siamo. Yeah, I'm gonna drive straight in here, so that was actually echo. We wanted to exit at echo. That was as planned. And we're heading to the... what did they call it? The sports area. Let me look that up again. Aero Club. Aero Club. Ooh. A Junkers. Planning to have a go at the Junkers myself at some point. However, need to learn the systems first and how to operate those weird shaped knobs. There's our welcoming party, I guess. Brakes behave in a very Boolean way. Yes, to the right, I understand. Sure. Are we good? Almost.
Transporter, unloading goods, stand by. Transporter from dispatch. All goods unloaded. You can sell them to the market.
Cool. Anyways, I hope that was at least relaxing. hopefully next time we have a little bit more ATC coverage to make these things a bit more interesting. In the meantime, have a good one.